In a quiet town near the Sea of Galilee, a man named Jairus hurried through the streets. He was an important man, a leader in the synagogue. But today, he wasn't thinking about meetings or crowds. Today, he was thinking about his little daughter. His little girl was very sick, so sick that no doctor could help her. But Jairus had heard of Jesus, the man who healed the blind, the lame, and even raised the dead. So he ran, faster than he ever had before, until he found him. Out of breath, Jairus knelt before Jesus. "Teacher, please. My daughter is dying. Come and lay your hands on her, and she will live." And Jesus, full of compassion, looked at Jairus and said softly, "Let's go." As they started toward Jairus' house, a huge crowd followed. People pressed in close. Everyone wanted to see Jesus. But suddenly, Jesus stopped. He turned and said, "Who touched me?" Everyone was confused. The disciples said, "Teacher, the crowd is all around you. Everyone's touching you." Then a woman stepped forward. She had been sick for 12 long years, but the moment she touched Jesus' robe, she was healed. Jesus smiled at her and said, "Your faith has made you well." Just then, some men came running for Jairus' house. They said, "It's too late. Your daughter, she's gone." Jairus' heart sank. The world seemed to stop. But before he could even speak, Jesus gently placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Don't be afraid. Only believe." When they reached the house, people were crying everywhere. Jesus said, "Why are you crying? The little girl isn't dead. She's just asleep." The crowd laughed. They didn't believe him. But Jesus took Jairus, his wife, and 3 disciples inside the quiet room. The little girl lay still on her bed. Jesus reached for her hand and whispered words that sounded like music in the air. "Talitha koum, little girl, arise." And just like that, she took a breath. Then another. Her eyes opened, bright and full of life. Her parents gasped in joy as she stood up, perfectly fine. Jesus told them, "Give her something to eat," and smiled as the family held each other tight. Outside, the laughter and music of joy filled the house. From that day on, Jairus and his family knew, when everything seems hopeless, faith can still bring miracles. Because when Jesus speaks, even the impossible comes alive.